What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Kuya P and my pals Webster Style and Sean Mongold. We are, if you're seeing this, you're like, there's 2 episodes this week. Yes, y'all. We're just giving you the content because there's a lot of things going on. Shout out to Sean. Shout out to Webster Style. We got NXT Heatwave and WWE Money in the Bank. So we got to give y'all some picks, man. Y'all ready to get into this card, gentlemen?
Yeah,
let's go.
Let's just dive in.
All right, we're gonna kick it off with NXT Heatwave. First matchup that we're gonna talk about: Roxanne Perez, our current champion, versus Lola Vice for the NXT Women's Championship. Who do we got? Webster Style. Let me throw this at you first, man.
I'm going with Roxanne Perez, but considering what Sean has told us, I don't know. I am going to say I'm going to go with Roxanne Perez because we talked about it last time. Even this whole feud it's not working. It doesn't feel right. It seems too rushed.
Weird. Yes, that's my one thing about it. I wish we could say what Sean told us offline, but I feel the vibes. I understand though, Triple H. I'm starting to see every week. The more I see Lola, I see what you're looking at.
We understand.
At first, I wasn't really looking at Lola like that, but now I see you, Lola. Who you got, Sean?
Shaking that ass. Shaking that ass. Oh man. This has been such a weird anticlimactic build-up. I mean, NXT's tonight, maybe something changes to where it's something a little better. But yeah, it was very random. And like we discussed last week, it was kind of like Lola's not quite there.
Yeah, exactly.
Would it make sense for her to go against Kalani, before Roxanne? But like what I discussed and said, but also at the same time, I'm sorry, Roxanne doesn't do it for me, man. It just doesn't. Like,
I will say this.
Even her match last week, it just did not do it for me. I was just what is going on?
The way they've been doing her lately, it just, this heel persona, I don't know if it's just that, it's just there's something not vibing for me. And I'm a big Roxanne Perez fan. It's just something about the booking just isn't vibing for me. And I don't know if it is this heel persona or just who they're like. Even the whole Jordan Grace thing was great. It just, the execution wasn't what we would have thought it would be, especially in their case. They had a history. So I've seen good matches between those two before. And there's something not vibing with what they're doing with her right now, in my opinion.
Yeah, the wrestling, I gotta agree with you guys. Like, Webster probably the older Roxanne marks because from the ROH days, right?
Roxanne.
Eldon, when she was Roxy, and I there's just something missing. I think a little bit of the wrestling ain't the same, if you will. Like that, I was really upset with the Jordan Grace match because she had to really depower herself. Sean made a good point when we talked about it not too long ago when you were talking about the Becky book.
Yeah,
Sean, if you remember that. That really played into that, and it's just there's something missing. Although I still can't see putting Lola on championship because there's still something missing her. So I don't know if you said your pick though, Sean. So you're Roxy retaining?
Oh no, they're giving Lola the fucking belt because of
we know. Okay, so you think they're they're gonna capitalize on what? I think you have to if you're building it up to this right now.
Yes, absolutely. It doesn't make sense. But yes,
if you don't, I kind of agree with that. And Sean, you had
happen.
I mean, Eldon, you had Roxanne, right?
I'm still with Roxanne because I have a hard time seeing them putting the belt on Lola when you got people got Lash Legend and whatnot. That's still.
I agree.
I wholeheartedly agree.
Believe that.
But bro, Jada Parker is so good on the fucking mic,
bro. Yes. I need more Jada.
Yes, I would see Jada and Lash definitely being in this position before Lola. But like I said, there are certain things at play, and Lola's here now. And I also think that Lola gets this belt.
Yeah.
And what that does with Roxanne, maybe Roxanne goes up.
Not yet. She ain't ready to go up yet. There's too much up top yet. She got another year. I think another year before they move her up.
Yeah, I don't think so much like with Sean, only because they are doing a really good job with the call-ups they brought up. I don't think they can afford to bring anybody else up right now.
I think they're going to, because there's no one for Bayley. And right now, Bayley just seems kind of stagnant. And as you will see in the Money in the Bank match, I mean, neither Liv nor Bayley have a match. And it's just like, even Liv is kind of not really doing anything until Rhea gets back. So, like, in my opinion, there's no real competition for the titles. And I feel like Roxanne's going to be that for Bayley.
We'll see. I don't know. So there we go. We have a split between them both. But I got to go with Sean on this to break that tie. You're building up Lola. So I think, we'll see. It's going to be an interesting landscape. But I definitely don't think Roxy's going up too soon yet, man. But we'll see. We'll see, guys. Let's head over to the NXT North American Championship match, where if Femi wins, Lee can never challenge for the title as long as Femi is champion. So again, Obama Femi, current champion, versus Wesley. This one's on you, Sean.
Did you say Obama Femi?
Oh my gosh. Wouldn't that be badass? But Oba Femi.
Bro.
That would be killer. That would be amazing. To be the orator that is Obama. And
did I hear that right?
That's the best wrestler ever. Go ahead, Sean.
Funny. Oh man. Man, I don't really know, man. Yet again, I feel like it's a situation where Oba's just on a roll, man. You know, and
he shouldn't be moved up.
It's the size, absolutely, but it's just the size, you know. But also, like, having him go against Trick would be nice.
Yes, I need
to
that
have that. So it's just like, how do you get the belt off of Oba, you know? But at the same time, like, if he drops this belt, why would he automatically get a shot at Trick? You know what I mean? So it's kind of hard to play this out. Like, and I don't know if there's going to be some heel shit. I mean, there's always that, you know, unknown, someone can come and like screw over Oba and Wesley wins. And then starts a feud with Oba, and then eventually Oba beats that person and then goes on to win a tournament and goes against Trick. You know?
Yeah. That sounds about right.
And it possibly is that. I just don't know who's going to run that distraction or interference. But I would love to see Wesley take it. And then Oba kind of move on from the North American Championship. Because he's been crushing motherfuckers, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, let's have a little bit of a change of scenery.
Yeah. All right. So you've got Wesley beating Oba due to some fuck shit, because it's definitely gonna be fuck shit. That's the only way. What about you, Webster Style?
See, I have a hard time with this because in my mind's eye, I don't think they take the belt off Oba. But if Wesley loses, what do they do with him?
Yeah.
Very true.
That's my question with that. He doesn't really play into the NXT title picture. I don't see them moving him up to the main roster.
No.
What do they do with him if he does not win this belt? And that's a problem for me. Like, I don't want Oba to lose, excuse me. I feel like what they should have done was had him lose it in that three-way match they had, the last PLE. So that way he never got pinned. He continued to look strong. And then again, that tournament he should have been in that battle royal to go against, and then he would want to go against Trick. That's how it should have played out. I'm torn. I'm going to go with Oba, but I'm just concerned about Wesley because I don't know what they're going to do with him. But I don't. It doesn't make sense for them to take the belt off Oba right now, unless they want to do like a David and Goliath sort of thing, which is what they're kind of doing. But I don't know. I'm still going with Oba.
All right, I guess I'll split the tie on this one. Man, both very good, valid points on both sides. I think Wes is gonna get it. I think Wes is gonna get it.
Yeah.
I think Wes is gonna get it. All right, Webster Style. We have the Women's NXT North American Championship being defended for the first time by its current champion, Kalani Jordan versus Saul Ruka. You know this one's got to be hard too. This is gonna be just as hard because you know.
Yeah, this is rough.
This is a rough match right here. This looks like a good card so far, bro.
Yeah, it is a very good card. It doesn't make sense for them to take it off Kalani, but who knows? I really don't know.
Yeah,
because Soul would definitely be a good women's North American champion.
And she's got some heat.
Yeah, she got some heat and she got the moves. I'm just gonna pick one because I can't even. I'll say Kalani retains, or Kalani retains and possibly some fuck shit.
Gotta put in the fuck shit.
There are too many women sniffing around for somebody not get involved.
Exactly, they do be. Yeah. All right, Kalani Jordy retaining, but what do you got, Sean?
Man, this is rough. Because Soraka is so fucking good, man.
Yes.
Yeah, but like, you can't just take this right off of Kalani like that. You know what I mean? You can't. You can't. Definitely fuck shit. I would like to see Kalani go heel.
Ooh, yeah. We haven't seen her be a bad girl yet.
Yeah. Like, I would love to see her pull a heel move, maybe hit Saul with a fucking chair, and just beat the living dog shit out of her, and just have a nice little heel turn. You know, and that's what I said. Like, Lola beats Roxy, so you don't really have a heel champion anymore. You know, you're never really going to have all babyface champions. So, yeah, let Kalani turn fucking heel and fucking let her run with that for a little bit. You know what I mean? See what she can do as a heel. And, like, this is NXT, right? Like, this is where people are supposed to kind of, like, spread their wings, see what they can do. You know what I mean? Like, their developmental bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, let her do it, you know? Like, yeah, I mean, yeah, you could say, like, Jada or someone runs in there and, like, fucking, you know, fucking attacks Kalani or attacks Saul or whatever. But that'd be kind of that'd be kind of disgraceful to this new championship you just fucking brought out. You know, to have the first defense end on fuck shit ever.
Yeah.
You know, like don't start championship reign. Don't let that title fucking start off with just fuck shit off the jump. You know, let it be a good, solid fucking. I mean, it's still gonna be fuck shit, like in my opinion, like the fucking disqualification, but like it allows Kalani to experiment.
Agreed. All right, so we're saying Kalani across the board, y'all. Yeah. But we still love you, Soul, but yeah, not yet. All right, let's head over to the NXT Tag Team Championship. Nothing but championships being challenge this Heatwave. We have Nathan Frazier and Axiom, our current champions, versus Chase U, Andre Trace, and Duke Hudson, with Ridge, Riley, and Thea Hale in the corner over there. Who you got, Sean Mongold?
I'm gonna go with Chase University. You know, I just Nathan and Axiom just seemed like such a thrown together team, and it's always kind of been that way for me.
They're the superheroes of the NXT, man.
You know,
it's weird. Yeah, it's weird.
It's weird. It's always been weird. You know, they're amazing together. They have great chemistry, and they're great in the ring. They're very entertaining.
They just don't have no charisma.
Yeah, man.
Like when they talk, University, they can't talk.
Like the guys that Chase U, like they have charisma. They have the ability.
They got a good gimmick, man.
Yeah, they have a good gimmick.
They've been telling good stories with Chase U.
Yeah.
Yes.
As well.
So it's just like I see them winning. Give them belts. Have Nathan and Axiom fall apart, feud. There you go. There's a story right there.
All right. What do you got on that one, Webster Style?
Oh, Chase U. I don't see, because I'm surprised they didn't have the OC beat Frazier and Axiom. But yeah, I don't see Chase U walking out without the belts. Honestly, I think A-Kid is formerly known, Axiom and Nathan Frazier. I think their time has run their course, as far as their championships, and I think Chase U having the belts would be better storyline focused, a storyline going forward with the belts to give them a bit more importance because they have told some very, if not always good, some interesting and entertaining storylines with Chase U over the past year, and their evolution. So that's where I go.
All right, so there we go on that one. Yeah, I'm with Chase U on with you guys on that. Our top match, our main event match of the night, NXT for the NXT Championship. It's a fatal four-way. Trick Williams, Javon Evans, Ethan Page, Sean Spears. Obviously, Trick, our current champ. Who you got,
man?
Webster style.
Yeah, man.
I'm going with Trick, but I think that it's going to be an entertaining match.
Yeah.
I don't see. I'm looking at all those guys there. Ego just got there. Sean. Look, I love me some Sean Spears. Don't get me wrong. And Javon Taylor Walker, what his name is?
Evans.
Evans. On the way up. I don't see any one of them with the title.
No,
exactly.
Period. I think it'll be an entertaining match. I guess my question is, what do they do again? Providing Trick wins. What do they do afterwards? Because my biggest concern is not necessarily for Spears, but for All Ego. Because he came in right at the top. And if he doesn't win, what happens with him afterwards as far as NXT is? That's what I'm curious about. But yeah, I'm going with Trick.
All right.
Yeah.
Sean, who do you got?
I'm going to go with Trick. I would disagree about this being a great match.
Ooh.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I don't know. The way this was built was fuck shit. You know, Cody coming out, hyping up Trick, saying, "Oh, you know, Battle Royale for your thing." Javon Evans wins, and then Ethan Page bitches and says he wasn't really eliminated because he got attacked by Oro. And then Sean Spears beats Trick to also get into the match, which was weird and not really a good match. And then thinking back to the last PLE, Trick and Ethan didn't really have a good match. So I'm just a little concerned for how this match is going to run its course.
Yeah.
You know, and like maybe Javon throws something a little spice into it and makes it a little better. But I just
There'll definitely be some razzle dazzle.
Yeah, from just him though. You know what I mean? Like, and then you know with Ethan, like Ethan could definitely lose. I mean, he's been fighting with Oro, and they've been building up a story there in of itself. You know, so he definitely has something after this. I don't see him winning by any means. I don't see Sean Spears winning. Like Sean Spears didn't come back to win championships. You know, he's kind of said that himself. He's just he came back because he wants to be a producer. He wants to be there. You know, he wants to help.
He wants a career in a steady paycheck.
Yes. So, and Javon's just too young and too new.
20 years old, bro.
Yeah.
He ain't even legal to drink, bro.
No. So I definitely don't see it happening. But then, you know, and that leads me to say, like, you know, what the fuck are you doing with Trick?
Yeah.
Like who is your evil fucking who is your BBG? You know, who's your big bad evil guy? You know, who is your ending? You know what I mean? Like, where is it? And that's why I think Oba needs to fucking lose and fucking have
you
a
know
redemption
what?
arc.
You saying that I was thinking just Oba loses, he's just pissed and he just bulldozes through everybody and disrupts that match.
Oh. You think Oba disrupts this match?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Well, that's how I would book it in my head.
No, I still say Trick beats all these motherfuckers, right? And I feel like Oba, you know, loses on some fuck shit, on some technicality. And maybe you're right. Maybe like Sean Spears or someone throws their hat into the ring here and fucks over Oba. Then Oba comes back and interferes. Who knows? I just need them to get to a point where Oba's going against Trick and then have it like drag it out, you know, and that will be Trick's big mountain to climb. right? And that will solidify his championship reign.
All right. Well, yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I definitely think Trick's got to retain, but we need a valid competitor after this
Yeah.
against Trick. Before we shift gears, I just got reminded of something that I wanted to talk about with you guys, but we won't go too long because we got to get to these Money in the Bank picks. But
Yeah.
I know this one probably might hit you up a little bit more, Webster Style, because I know you're a big fan of him. But did you hear the news about Dijak and why
Yeah.
he got let go? How do you feel about that?
There's a why.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Sean, tell him what went down. What happened?
So essentially, it came out that WWE knew Dijak was the mole, slipping all the news to the dirt sheets to Fightful and to PW Insider and all them. So
Yeah.
So that's apparently why they let him go.
And that's, if it's so true, man, that's gonna be very difficult for him to get picked up by anybody, bro.
Yeah.
Which it will be sad news for Dijak. I'm sure he's a great wrestler. Well, how do you feel about that, bro?
I'm like, dude, why would you do such a thing?
Yeah.
I mean, that doesn't make any sense. I mean, when they paying him off, I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. That's disheartening because we've talked. I've always been very high on Dijak. I've been high on Dijak for years. I hated what they did with him in Retribution. I'm glad he finally kind of came back after that, back down to NXT, and it didn't make sense. Like Dijak would have been a perfect person to have in that title picture versus Trick, but
yeah,
I understand now, and I can't say that I blame W. If that's the case, I can't say that I blame them for not resigning him.
So sad news, man. I was curious, bro, if you had heard that, Webster Style, because we all know you're a champion of Dijak. So like, man, crazy. All right, guys, let's head over to Money in the Bank. We just got done with the Heatwave. Let's make these picks, man. First up, we have the men's championship match for the match contract there. We have Jey Uso versus Melo versus Andrade versus Chad Gable versus L.A. Knight versus Drew McIntyre. CM Punk's going to do some fuck shit, and that's why Drew ain't going to win this. That's all I'm going to say, but I don't know who's going to win this. So let me throw it to I see Sean reacting over there. Who do you got in this one, man?
Man, this is rough. Right?
Because we got, I think, storyline build out from this, right?
There's so many opportunities here, and this is what gets really fucking hard and confusing, right? So it's just like, first of which, I also wanted to say the match between Drew and Ilya and Sheamus. I was watching it last night. I was a little pissed off at first with how they're treating my boy Ilya.
Tell it.
And I understand he's a call up, and I understand like he had to lose, right? Because they're trying to tell the story with Drew. My issue is they let this man completely dominate the match. Ilya, like, just have a great fucking showing, hit the fucking his finisher H-bomb on Drew, and Drew just kicks out at 2. And I have an issue with that. I have an issue with people just fucking nonchalantly kicking out of finishers, because then it just makes that person look so fucking weak. Like, this is a new finisher for the main roster to observe, and off jump, you're making it look like it was just a regular fucking elbow drop. And I have an issue with that. What they could have done is had Sheamus break up the pin so it protected the finisher, but they didn't do that because he hit his H-bomb on Sheamus outside the ring. Then he came inside and hit it on fucking Drew, and then Drew kicked out. And, I have a problem with that. Like, at the end of the day, like, I was a little upset that he didn't win, but I was like, I rethought it. I was like, no, it makes sense that he lost. They gave him a good showing, but the one thing I still hold on to is that finisher. So I was a little salty about that. Like, let people's finishers stay strong. Let the kick out of finishers happen, at a pivotal moment of your rivalry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Otherwise you're diminishing the severity of that finisher and the destruction and like the strength of that finisher. But anyway, I digress. Back to this match. I see the CM Punk fuck shit. I really want Drew to win. And then I want him to cash in during the Damian and Seth match, and then CM Punk fucks him up.
Whoa!
That is what I want. That is what I want. I want him to cash in that shit on fucking Damian Priest and or Seth Rollins, and then I want fucking CM Punk to come out there and fuck him up. Who knows, right? So. If it's not Drew, I would love to see it go to Jay and finally get main event Jey Uso back into something.
Ooh, yeah. All right, so we're calling Drew. Money on Drew. Heart says Jay.
Yeah,
if you will. All right, what about you, Epson Style? Big decision here on this one.
This was hard, but then I'm listening to Sean and my mind kind of went this way. I'm going with Jay.
Oh.
Simply because I don't see Carmelo or you know what? See, I don't see giving them to Carmelo or Chad. Carmelo's too young, and Chad is now roiled with the Wyatt Six, so I don't see that happening with that.
Nor Andrade. I'm surprised y'all ain't saying LA Knight at all. As much as I know you both are LA Knight.
Logan Paul. We want him to beat Logan Paul. I don't want him to be in the title picture. He needs to beat Logan Paul. They got that storyline going. So it doesn't make sense for LA Knight to win that. And then all of a sudden, he's dancing around with the Money in the Bank. No, he dethrones Logan Paul at SummerSlam. That's the way it should work.
Okay.
That's in my mind. So that's why I'm like, I'm not even putting him in there. And I feel like, again, much like with Drew and CM Punk, there's going to be some fuck shit with Logan in the Money in the Bank match. Guaranteed. Because we saw the Elimination Chamber. Logan, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Andrade, he's a wild card. I don't think they're going to push him to that yet. Of course, they could, but this would be 2 years in a row you've had members of Latino descent with Money in the Bank.
Yeah,
I feel like they might try to shake it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Again, not saying that's a fact. I'm just thinking they could try to do something different. But that's why I'm going with Jay. I think that there's a good story there with Jay. And again, you don't necessarily have to give him a title. And he is main event Jey Uso. So he always got that in his back pocket. You never know when it's going to pop off. So yeah, I'm going with Jay. I just think that I would love Drew to get it, but I just feel like he doesn't need to. Like they can easily insert Drew into the title picture if they need to, in my opinion.
Yeah.
He doesn't need Money in the Bank. I think it will benefit Jay more than anybody else in that match.
I agree. All right, one vote for Jay. I mean, one vote for Drew, but the heart says Jay. One definite vote for Jay. I got a yeet in the bank on that one as well. I'm going with Jay, man, but we'll see. I like all of this. I think there's a lot of storyline there that we could rock with. Yeah. But I'm also surprised about, I think Andrade is a wild card. Mello and Gable, it ain't their time. But LA Knight, I'm kind of surprised with that. But he does obviously have a big storyline with Paul, so that cancels him out. So
I'm curious if Wyatt Six is going to show up during this match too.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. We'll talk about Chad.
Yeah.
I feel like they take him out.
Yeah.
Maybe right before he can't even get in. They stop him right before.
Yeah,
it's gonna be interesting.
It's gonna be great.
All right, we got the women's championship match for the contract. Their Money in the Bank ladder match.
Yeah.
Io Sky versus Chelsea Green versus Lyra Valkyria versus Tiffany Stratton versus Naomi versus Zoe Stark, Webster style. It's on you.
It's Chelsea Green.
Oh, that's right. Green. Who you got, Webster style?
This is tough, man.
Yeah.
This is. I mean, I can see them putting a Lyra Valkyria, even though I'm talking about Carmelo being new.
I like her, but no.
but they've been pushing her.
I know, but I don't think she deserves it yet.
I don't think so either, but I can see them doing that.
Yeah.
As much as I would love Trinity to have it. I don't think they're going to do it.
No, I don't think they are either.
Let me tell you, this is kind of out there. I'm going with Chelsea.
That's who I kind of think in the ways. Like they've been kind of like,
That's going to be so much fun if she gets the Money in the Bank briefcase. Oh, that's gonna be great. Oh man, that's gonna be so. She's great TV.
No.
I feel you. I feel where you're coming from, Sean.
All right. Well, okay. Well, then before I go to Sean, then does your heart say Chelsea? And that's also your pick? Who
My heart says
put
Chelsea.
Money on, and your heart say who?
I only know who. Because I want Trinity. That's who I want. I think my heart says Chelsea. My head says Trinity, but neither one of them say that's the right answer. So,
all right, I'm gonna throw it over to Sean.
I just don't
who
want
you
it
got?
to be Tiffany.
I
think Tiff, man.
Yeah, I think they give it to Tiffany.
They're finally because they're building her up.
Yeah, I see it going to Tiffany. I think put it on Tiffany, let her have it for a while, let her prance around with it for a while. It gives her a reason to cut promos, gives her a reason to be on screen, and just be insufferable as she fucking always is. And I think that kind of boils down, and then also like she can kind of like fuck with Bayley a little bit. Right.
Yeah, well, let's not forget that this is for the opportunity to challenge. So it would be against the winner is this is either going against Bayley and or Liv Morgan.
Yeah. Which, like I was saying earlier,
Tiffany's the better match. Think who would be the better match against them?
Tiffany and Bayley. And I say it because Liv is obviously they're dragging Liv out until Rhea comes back, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I definitely see that. Like Naomi winning and then going against Bayley again. I want her to have it, but also that just doesn't make sense to me. Unless you're turning Naomi heel, which I doubt. The only other person I can kind of see it going to that makes sense is Zoe. Like, let Zoe. Like you've been trying to push her.
There's a proper push. She's badass.
Yeah.
Been trying to push her. You know what I mean? Like she's getting a little bit of TV time here and there. Like I think that would really let her shine on her own outside of Shayna. And I think her versus Bayley would be great. Lyra, like I said, I think Lyra is still a little too new. It doesn't make sense. Even though I think it would be a great match, Lyra and Bayley, by all means.
I agree.
Chelsea, yeah, I could see it heel wise could be very much like the Carmella cash in back in the day. But Io's like feuding right now with Damage Control. Like I think there's just too much shit going on. I think she's already kind of completely in the throes of a story. You know what I mean? So yeah, I see it going to Tiffany.
All right, one vote for Tiff, one vote for Chelsea Green / Heart with Trinity, aka Naomi.
Yeah.
I gotta go with Tiff.
My heart's also with Naomi.
Yeah, and I think that would be kind of cool too, though, in ways. But yeah, I don't know. It'd be odd because they're two friends. But yeah I'm with you. Yeah, because she deserves some time again in that main event spotlight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, man. All right, let's head over to the last chance match. Because if Priest wins, Rollins will never challenge for the title for as long as Priest is champion. If Rollins wins, Priest must leave the Judgment Day. So for the World Heavyweight Championship, Sean, who do you have? Damian Priest, current champion, versus Seth freaking Rollins.
I do not see them dropping this off of Priest. But at the same time, it's just like, they have a really good story going on, especially with this past Raw with Finn and Damian kind of getting each other's shit a little bit, like,
contemplation on this one.
Yeah, man, like this could be all like a maybe fucking Seth calculated all this, wanted Seth to come back and take this belt off of Damian because he said on Raw that the belt has changed Damian. But if Damian loses, he has to leave Judgment Day. So it's just like, it's his whole plan to get Damian out of Judgment Day. So it's just like, I don't know. There's just so many ways this could go. And then, of course, with the cash in looming, maybe Drew comes in, makes it a triple threat match. Fucking CM Punk comes in there, fucking beats the shit out of Drew, throws him in there, and Damian covers Drew, and yet again is saved by or is champion because of CM Punk. Like, I think that would be fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it would be hilarious.
But yeah, and also Seth just got back.
Exactly.
Like, I don't see them just automatically giving him the belt back. So yeah, I see Damian somehow still retaining, and I think he eventually leaves Judgment Day on his own, and he like has a feud with Finn.
Okay. All right, Webster Style, who do you got, man?
I got Damian. Much like Sean said, I don't see them putting it on Seth, and he just came back. I see this as a way of putting Damian over more so than anything, and even maybe facilitating a face turn.
For Damian?
Yeah, for Damian, yeah.
Okay. Interesting. I like what you said earlier, though, Sean. Okay, so Damian will retain it, but then fuck shit with Drew. That would be interesting. Let's see. And he doesn't get it. And Damian's still the current champion. That would be interesting if it happened all tonight or on that night.
Yeah. Because also,
stuff.
I mean, if Drew comes out, Seth would be mad at Drew for cashing in. But if CM Punk lays out Drew for Damian the pin, then it gives more reason for Seth to hate CM Punk too. So then there's story there because he was already upset that Punk came back, and they haven't really had their thing because it's been Drew and CM Punk the whole time.
Yeah. My money wants to go to Seth, though. My money wants to go to Seth if I'm putting money on it. We'll see. This is gonna be an interesting one. Let's head over to the next one, man. Let's go to the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Sami Zayn, our current champion, versus Braun Breaker. Who do you got, Webster Style?
Ooh.
This is tough for me because I personally feel like this is too soon for Braun.
Yeah, I do.
But I want him to win, but not off of Sami. It's like I said, I'm so conflicted on this. I'm going to go with Braun. I still think it's too soon, but it makes sense in my head. So I'm going with Braun because you don't have somebody with this kind of momentum and have him lose.
Okay. Sean, who you got?
No. You do not have fucking Sami motherfucking Zayn come in and beat Gunther and his fucking streak only for him to lose to Braun motherfucking Breaker, who just got caught up. Who's only had squash matches. If you do that, Braun Breaker is going to be the next Goldberg, and it's going to fizzle out. If you do that, it's going to fizzle out hard if they do this. It is not going to do what they think it's going to do. They cannot allow that to happen. Sami beats him. Braun takes a fucking loss, gets a little fucking humbled, and maybe fucking, dipshit fucking lone wolf motherfucker, what's his name? Baron Corbin is there to catch him.
And they reform the Wolves of War, or whatever they call it.
Yeah, War Dogs.
War Dogs.
Yeah, War Dogs, yes, sir.
Like, I see that happening, continuing the story. Like, let there be a story. Don't have this man just run around just beating the shit. Like, it's not a story, man. It's not. Don't fall into the same trap, man. Don't fucking do it. It's not funny. It's outplayed. It's annoying. Don't do that. But yeah. I see Sami winning.
Split in here. Braun and Sami. Man, let me give a tiebreaker on this one, man. I think they want to build up Braun, man. And maybe Sammy needs a break for a minute because Sammy's been going hard. So I kind of feel that they're trying to build up Braun. So I'm gonna throw it to Braun, man. Although, my heart says Sammy, but I feel they're trying to build up Braun. And I know it's gonna piss you off, Sean, but it's still fuck shit. I think everything can't go right as we'd like. They've been doing stuff like we want it to do, but certain times, there's time that not everything we want, we're gonna get it. So I think, yeah, and they'll want to capitalize on Braun. They'll want to build up a new fucking, who are you saying? Who you were saying a second ago?
Goldberg.
Goldberg,
yeah. So
yeah, but there's a way to do it and there's a way not to do it, right?
I completely agree, brother.
I
completely agree.
He was literally just running around spearing random people 2 weeks ago, and now all of a sudden he's in a title match. Yeah. And it just they're going if you do this, it's going to ruin his character. It's going to ruin his trajectory. And you're just going to make this title mean nothing.
Yeah. Oh, no, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. Just betting wise, I gotta say. Yeah. All right, let's close this out. I don't know if this is going to be the title match. I'm pretty sure the men's Money Bank is going to be the main event. But the way I've been going through this card,
we're missing another one. There's another match.
Yeah, 6-man tag team.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say.
Oh, my bad.
I think I'm making this the last match to talk about, but
gotcha.
I think because I think generally is in the men's Money to Bank the main event.
Man, I don't know. I feel like they have them up front just so that they could possibly cash in.
Yeah.
Within the night, the women might close it since there's not another women's championship match.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I feel like the men should be first just so that, there's that air of, oh man, like someone might cash in during Sammy and Braun or Damian and Seth.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. The main event that we're going to have for our last match, guys, 6-man tag team match. But I'm so curious what you guys think. But I think this is the start of our next great bloodline story. Yeah. We have Cody Rhodes and RKO, Randy Orton and KO versus the Bloodline, which could be any three of Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, and Jacob Fatu, the Samoan werewolf. Is it on you Webster style? Or is it on Sean?
I think so. I don't know. Anyway, Bloodline.
Go ahead, Webster. Bloodline. Yeah.
Bloodline.
Yeah? Really? Okay. Why? Why do you think Bloodline out the rip right now?
I have
our champion in RKO.
Jacob Fatu.
Yeah.
There's no way they're bringing this man in his first match and having him lose.
Yeah.
And then Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa is what? Yeah, no, it's not. Especially after the fuck shit with Heyman. No.
Bro, and we didn't even get into that at all.
No.
And that was amazing.
Shout out to Paul Heyman for those bumps.
Shout out to Paul fucking
to the
Heyman,
acting,
bro.
That motherfucking actor right there, man.
All right, Sean, who you got, man?
I got the Bloodline too, dog.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they're trying to make them into this fucking bulldog of a unit, and I think that builds up.
Yeah, they got to build these fuckers up
through SummerSlam, and then you build something that leads up to the first Netflix day, the first Netflix show, and that culminates there. And Bloodline versus Bloodline, like we've been talking about, Wolfpack Bloodline versus OG Bloodline. You know, so and I honestly I see Jay getting involved in this match. There's no way in hell only 3 of these motherfuckers from the Bloodline are going to be in this. You know what I mean? Like
the fourth one's going to be out there.
The fourth one's going to be in it. And I think the first match, Money in the Bank match, Jay, whether he wins or loses, is going to get involved in this match and help out Cody Rhodes. Him and Cody Rhodes were tag team champions before. He's been trying to get on KO's good side. He also hates, Solo for what he's done to his family. So it's just like it makes sense for Jay to be there. They're on different brands, but they're going to be on the pay-per-view together, the PLE together. So it makes sense. Because I would say either that or Sammy, but Sammy might be having the match right before this. So Sammy might not be in the best condition to come and join this matchup. So I think Jay kind of gets involved here. And this is when Jay starts to jump back into the Bloodline storyline a little bit. I think this is the moment.
All right. Bloodline across the board.
Yeah.
Bloodline across the board. All right, y'all. Those are our picks for WWE Money in the Bank, as well as we did the Heatwave. So we can go some good wrestling going on. Another packed weekend of wrestling, man.
Man.
So picks, well, recaps next week, y'all. I'm excited for the weekend, man. But before we get up out of here, what you got going on, Webster Style? Let's sign off.
Recently went to TNA Impact tapings for my birthday. So at the time of this is recording, the blog is already up. So you see matches and entrances from the whole freaking show on there. So yeah, it's about half hour worth of footage. So, take a look and enjoy.
All right. And Sean, tell us about Fantatees.
Hey, Fantatees. It's July 20th, coming up Saturday. It's our monthly burlesque show, nerdlesque show called DC Browlesque. Fantatees is going to be our kind of fantasy-based D&D show. It's also our 2-year anniversary. So we've been at DC Brow doing this thing monthly for the past 2 years. It's going to be an amazing show. Can't wait. I get to write the little story behind it, so it's always fun. It's going to be a little semi-scripted show, and that's always a fun time. So check us out. Go on Instagram, look up Nerdlesque Festival, or just go on Eventbrite and look up Fantatees. Fantatees.
There you go. Much love to my boy Sean as well as Webster Style. Check him out. Links in the description below. Go shoot him a follow and all that. Go check out a Fantatees event. It's awesome. And my love to Maki, our homie over there. We got to get Maki on the show, Sean. She said she wants to do some picks with us. We got to get her on sometime, man.
Yeah. We definitely got to make some work.
All right, y'all. There you go. Webster Style, Sean Mongold. This is your boy QP. You're on Nerds Rule the World. You know the deal. Go check out all the other crazy content. We talked Forbidden Door on another recording that we did as of today for this. So go check out our feelings on that, on where AEW is heading. And just all the other reviews, interviews, man. We stay working, bro. We stay working. So there you go. And tune in next week for our recap of what went down this fucking weekend, man. It's gonna be insane. All right. Sean Mongold, West Style, your boy Kuya P. We are out of here in a 1, 2, 3. Peace.
You come in my face, I'm gonna fight you. Well, you're not gonna bust a nut anytime we're in the ring. I'm gonna get off by cranking your knob just a little beyond the breaking point.
When I get my hands on you, I'm gonna eat your ass like a pot of collard greens, baby.
I'm gonna stretch his ass like it's never been stretched before. You can hide behind that commissioner stuff just so long until I jerk a knot in your ass.
And if you don't think I'm big enough, then you grab a hold of me, and you'll know that I'm growing, my man. Within your hands, I will get as big as I need to be to do the job on you.
All right, just jerk Helmsley off.
There's one part of our bodies that's soft, and it ain't soft all the time, if you catch my meaning. I'm gonna come on you like nobody's ever come on you before. Just you and I getting it on like two men should do.
Oh, no, that fits right.
Boy, I'm coming hard.